The new arena season has reintroduced weekly resets, which is a really good change for 99.9% of the player base. But there's still one really big problem with Arena, so we're not quite done having Arena get fixed yet. But first, for weekly resets, basically, it says that if you are at least 5,250 points, which is the cutoff to make it into Emperor 5, the thing is you can go down as low as 5201 and still be an Emperor 5, so I'm not sure if you're in that, like the 1 to 50 point range, and you're still Emperor, if that resets you down to Emperor 5 or not. Not sure how that works. I'm assuming that if you're just in Emperor 5, you'll get down to Emperor 5, but everybody from Emperor 5 to Legend 1 gets reset down to Emperor 5, 5250. So this is good for almost everybody, because this means that we're not having the issue that we did the past 3 seasons, where people who were going for their top 3 frame would just naturally be very high because they spend a lot of flags, and if your offense was not horrible, and you had a decent enough defense, you wouldn't even need to really spend Skystones to maintain your rank. For the most part, it's just, if you played well, you would maintain your points, which meant that nobody could really bring you down because no one else is spamming enough hits in the first place. So that made it impossible for anybody to get their Legend 1 Skystones. I still haven't gotten mine. I plan on going for mine in a couple of weeks. But that was a big problem because that's just a lot of Skystones. This is, what, 254,000 Skystones that I couldn't get. But now we can do that, so that's really good. I said almost everybody because if you're going for a top 3 frame, it's actually way harder to get a top 3 frame now. Or at least more annoying because you have to play every single week instead of just like the first week or two. But a small price to pay for everybody else being able to get their first time rewards. What is the issue with Arena still though? It is that, let's just go out and back in. So I am 5251 right now. This is 1 point above the Emperor 5 cutoff. And I'm only rank 600. I'm already in Emperor, just being right at the cutoff, and there are 338 people roughly below me that are in Emperor, I hope. So this is the problem where, with the way Smilegate, in my opinion, overreacted to the points being super inflated that first season, with no weekly reset, that we just do not get enough points. Because we have weekly reset now, but if you look at the previous week's ranking, what is the Legend 5 cutoff, or Legend 6 cutoff? 5500, 5500 is here. This is rank 32, is below the cutoff, and you can go down as low as 545. You can go down as 5450, I think. So here, there were only 36 people in Legend, I think, assuming everybody here touched Legend 6 at one point, as I'm pretty sure how that works. Yeah, so that's, like, not fantastic. This is because Legend gives you so much more weekly ranks. Like, if you make it into the top 50, you're getting 150 extra Skystones a week. Just getting into Legend 6, the top 100, is supposed to be worth 100 Skystones. This is a lot of Skystones that people are missing out on the lower parts of the top 100. And I can't even say lower because it's like 60 to 70 people missing out on these Skystones. So that kind of sucks. And also, just me being 1 point above the cutoff and being ranked 600 is not fantastic. That's also why I had a question about the weekly resets that I don't think will be answered until they fix the points, which is, in a normal point system, people would probably be a lot higher for the top 1,000. So if let's say that the top 1,000 cutoff is more around 5,300 points, which means that there's going to be a couple of people who are Champion 1, and somewhere around like 5,290 probably. And then if everybody gets reset down to Emperor 5, does that mean we drop below the people in Champion 1? I don't know. We're not going to find out because we're not going to have like that many people up here. So that is kind of a problem that does need to be fixed. They need to reintroduce point gains being higher. There's no reason to keep it this low now that we have the weekly resets. They could honestly just reuse an old point system at this point because the old ones worked fine, so we should just go back to the old point system. But that's pretty much it. The weekly reset is nice. At least it'll be nice when I'm going for my Skystones. No weekly reset is better for top 3 frames. But I would very much like for people to be able to get their weekly Legend Skystones, because we did not have a lot of people in Legend last week. And with the way points currently are, we will continue to not have a lot of people in Legend.